Hi there, I'm Katie Slade, author of The Victorious Vagina, How to Beat a Player at His Game and Win at Self-Love. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for being here today. The purpose of my show is really to assist women with focusing on the importance of self-love. And so the topics that I bring up on the show surround the idea of what it means to really pay attention to giving ourselves self-love. And in today's show, I'm going to be focusing on the topic of celibacy and the 3 benefits that we receive from practicing celibacy. The first one is physical health. This is paramount because people have really seemed to have forgotten or not wanted to be concerned about the issue of STDs. They are more prevalent than ever, and many of them are incurable. Aside from the very serious ones like syphilis, which I was stunned to find out from a friend who needed to get a blood donation for his partner, he asked a gentleman who was neighboring in a building where he was living if he would be a donor, and the man said yes. When the blood was tested at the lab, it was determined that he had syphilis. My friend had to share this with him and tell him that he needed to speak to the lab technicians directly himself to understand how he needed to move forward. But as it turns out, this man was married. His wife ended up going back to my friend to say, "What are you talking about that my husband has syphilis?" And my friend had to say, "Listen, I'm sorry, this is between you and your husband and your doctor. I simply asked him to assist me with donating blood, and these were the results." The other thing that comes into this category is not as life-threatening or detrimental, but is still very problematic, and that is herpes. And when I shared this topic recently with a girlfriend of mine and telling her that I was planning to do this segment on the show, she told me about a guy friend of hers from her small town who ended up getting involved with a woman who was running around sleeping with a whole bunch of guys in town. She ended up contracting herpes and gave it to him. And while he is no longer involved with her, every woman that comes into the picture now that he has any serious idea of being with, he has to share with her the fact that he has herpes. So the STD situation is a very, very real and very serious issue. And I think that people need to keep this in the forefront of their minds when they decide that they want to just have a hookup or they're in need of an ego boost, something to pull them out of a bad mood. It is really, really crucial to recognize that these diseases can have tremendously adverse effects on our lives. The second issue is mental health. I have personally found myself that being in a state of celibacy for a number of years now has provided me with such clarity, with such connection to my spirituality, that it has really, really done so much to help me feel happier, more productive, and grounded in my life. It's so sad that in our society, sex has become such a thing that is looked at as some kind of a reward or a sign that you're a desirable person. I think that it is just so unfortunate that people are taking this very sacred and beautiful act and using it as a means to really just boost again their ego and make them feel like they're validated in some way because someone wants to have sex with them. I personally can say from my own experiences in the past that whenever I had anything that ended up just being a hookup or a guy ghosted me, the feelings of depression, the lack of self-respect that I had for myself after the situation had occurred just left me in such a depleted mental state. And often it affected my work. I didn't want to go to work. I'd find myself not eating. So these are things that really end up affecting us mentally as well as physically. And I have found through my choice of being celibate for so many years now that I am in a much, much happier, a much more consistent place. The last thing that I want to address in terms of the benefits of it is that when someone does come into your life that is really interested in developing a connection with you, a relationship, potentially getting married, how refreshing would it be for that person to hear that you've actually practiced a life of celibacy, that you've actually taken the time to think so highly of yourself and give yourself such self-respect that you chose not to sleep with any and everybody. And to be able to honestly say that, not fabricating anything, not leaving anyone out of the picture, not having to, because you've kept a life that was really clean, pure, and focused on developing yourself. And in this last moment of my show, I'm going to share a video that was posted on YouTube by a participant named Queen Sheba. And she provides some very, very insightful posts. And one of them that she posted recently was of a gentleman by the name of R.C. Blakes. And he does a really insightful video about how men view women as far as sex goes today. And it's the way that I'm sure a lot of men over the course of hundreds of years and decades have deemed women, but he makes a very, very valid point that I just couldn't help but share with my viewing audience today. So check it out. Here it is, R.C. Blakes.
Any man that can have sex with you and just get up and walk out and leave you in the middle of the bed, He moving so fast, he even take a shower at your house. He just, oh yeah, I got to get to the job. You around here making all this noise and letting this man just keep running in and out of your life, thinking that you gonna make him fall in love through sex. Man, dudes have had too much sex for you to be around here thinking that you gonna sex a man into loving you. No, babe, he don't love you. And then let her be. When a man has sex with you and gets up and leaves, let me tell you something. He has no respect for you. That is one of the most disrespectful acts a man can commit against a woman.
So there you have it. How many times, ladies, have we found ourselves in those situations? And that's why I wanted to come on my channel, share this with women, share my own personal story, the Victorious Vagina. I was already on the path to celibacy, but it took me there further when I thought I had met the man of my dreams. And I really hope that you'll take the time to check out my memoir. It's very insightful. It has wonderful 5-star reviews on Amazon. So many women have written detailed reviews about how much my story has impacted their lives and their thought process. So again, I'm Katie Slade, author of The Victorious Vagina, How to Beat a Player at His Game and Win at Self-Love. And until next time, remember, ladies, it is all about self-love.